There's something really weird going on the, we'll call them political right now. I'm Joshua Lisec. This is Daily Persuasion. I am the New York Times bestselling author and co-author, ghostwriter of 97 books, and hypnotist. Through these unique experiences, I teach you how to influence the VIPs of your life and career. The thing that I am observing happening recently on the right is this battle over Christ is King. People say, oh, obviously, when you say Christ is King, what you really mean is some sort of dark anti-Semitic slur. That's what you really mean, right? And they always drag that part out. And so it's like a dog whistle. It's a secret dog whistle on the right where you say this, you really mean this. This is what they say, and this is what they do. So the other day on X, I went somewhat viral and several 100,000 views across the number of videos I did, where I re-anchored Christ is King to John 3:16. I say Christ is King, you think John 3:16. Christ is King, John 3:16. Christ is King, John 3:16. John 3:16, of course, being for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, so on and so forth. That's the Protestant version that I learned as a young evangelical. And so I did this re-anchoring. And so when I would say Christ is King, people think, oh, John 3:16. Now, in the midst of all this, I jumped into the conversation because Jordan B. Peterson, famous Jordan Peterson, yes, that Jordan Peterson, had personally attacked my friend Jack Posobiec and had linked him to some extremism behind the real meaning of Christ is King, and says deep, dark, nefarious Christian nationalist, just spitting out all this nonsense, right? And then Jordan Peterson attacked Candace Owens, and he wrote this sort of diatribe against her, quoting Bible verse after Bible verse after Bible verse after Bible verse. And so I then replied to Jordan Peterson, and I said, Dr. Peterson, would you confess that Jesus is Lord? I'm a Christian, obviously. And here he is, using Christian arguments and Christian doctrines and Christian theology and Bible verses, machine gunning them digitally at Candace Owens for being a bad Christian. Oh, so you're an authority. Okay, would you say this? It's called the witch test, by the way. This is something that a character named Brian Niemeyer, I believe, has popularized. It's when someone starts condemning you with Christian language, you ask them if they will profess or confess the Christian faith by saying this, that they believe this. And if they don't, they have failed the witch test. So not only did Jordan Peterson not reply to me, he blocked me for this. Jordan Peterson failed the witch test. Oh, well, that just does a lot of exposing there, doesn't it? And so it was after that I then responded to Christ is King, this sort of virality, with this video, re-anchoring, pulling it away from this accusation. Here's what it really means, because obviously it doesn't. And I was anchored to John 3:16. To answer the question, well, why do we say Christ is King? John 3:16. I say Christ is King, you think Christ is King, John 3:16. Christ is King. Exactly. You could do this. It's called anchoring, and it comes from neurolinguistic programming, which hails from hypnosis. And I was just with Dr. Richard Bandler, the creator of NLP, a few weeks ago. This is what we do. Now, the evangelical right, some secular Jews, and a lot of atheists have been very upset about Christ is King. And I think it is because they're so used to secularizing everything, even evangelical Christians, because we can't be Christian nationalists. We have got to separate church and state to be good little Christians. We cannot have anything that's compelled speech. And so if you say Christ is King, that's like saying Black Lives Matter, and we can't do that. It's 3 words. It's literally the same thing. It's 3 words. Really? You're really going to play that game? That is playing the left-wing game, but to lose, not to win. So this past week was an interesting and fascinating recontextualizing or re-anchoring of Christ is King, or you could say Christ is God, Jesus is God, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. These are the things that I believe myself. And it was a fun little time. Fun little time. But we can learn a lot by just simply jumping in and playing. See, all life is a persuasion scrimmage. It's an open gym. You could just join the game and start playing. Well, I need permission first. I need a jersey. No, you don't. Put your sneakers on, get out there and start playing. And if I like what you're doing, I'll play with you.